All right, so hey everybody, my name's Aldous Collins, and welcome to another Shine the Light. Today we have Maura Healy from Dainty Scripts. Hey, Maura.
Hi guys.
I'd love to know a little bit more about you and about Dainty Scripts. So let's hear what you have going on and how you came to this cool little effort that you're up to,
Yeah,
artistic
absolutely.
effort. Yeah.
So my name is Maura Healy. I am from Quincy originally, and I live in Quincy now. So I went to Fontbonne for high school, and that's when I kind of realized I had a passion for art. So my parents, I'm one of five,
Mm.
and they said to us, we want you guys to go to a Catholic high school. And then for college, it was kind of like you're on your own. You have to figure out where you're going to go to school and how you're going to pay for it and all the funds. And, as a high school student, you're thinking, I just want to go to the public school and all this. And my parents really ingrained in the five of us that we need to work and we need to work hard for what we want in life. And when I was at Fontbonne, I love Fontbonne, but what I really found I was better at was art. So come senior year, I end up taking art as my eighth subject. Um, and I didn't have any free periods, and I really looked at art as my output. So when I start looking at different colleges and knowing that I had to pay for college and commute, stay home to afford this college, the only thing I wanted to do was art. I got into mass art, and I was really excited to get into an art school that was state state tuition, because all the other art schools, they're up there for university prices.
Mm.
So very excited. I get into mass art. So now I'm like, okay, what is my major going to be? And I originally started with graphic design, thinking, okay, I could still do the arts and enjoy what I do. Um, but there was more of a career in graphic design. So I do a full year of graphic design and realize it just wasn't for me. Being behind a computer, um, or I couldn't just pick up a paintbrush and change the color of something. I had to click all these different things and send it to the printer, and the printer sometimes wouldn't work in your favor. And I really felt like I just didn't know what I wanted. So mass art really helped me figure out how I could still kind of create a career out of the arts and also still, enjoy my life. So I ended up switching my major to painting. And, once again, people are looking at you like your degree in college is painting. And I'm like, yeah, it's painting. And at Mass Art, they really helped me figure out, what else is your other passions? And I said, I love kids, I love teaching. This is my third year full time. I've been with Quincy Public Schools um, for about 5 years because of the 2 years I did student teaching. I love my job, but I needed another income, um, because I need to go back to school for my master's. So that's how kind of Dainty Scripts kind of came about. I have a passion for creating custom gifts. I've always given custom gifts to, my family, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents. And my sister Colleen was actually the one that was like, hey, I think you have a niche. I think you could really do something with your passion for art and, make a little business out of it. So about a year and a half ago, I made an Instagram page, Dainty Scripts, and I just started posting everything that I've made and just kind of sticking to my guns. And slowly, I've gotten to where I am now. It would have never been possible without the community that I have behind Dainty Scripts. I have people that have shared every post that I've made, and they've really helped me push my business to where it is now. And um, I it wouldn't be possible with everybody that follows me.
Mm.
So yeah.
So I know it was discussed that maybe you might do a little demo
Yeah.
at some point, if you can. If not, that's okay. But do you have something to hold up so you could show people what your work looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. So I
Okay.
have this is one of my like biggest items right now is my cheese boards.
Oh, cool.
So it's a cherry wood board. They're really light, they're really durable. But then I use like a permanent ink marker and I hand letter everything on the board. And then I seal them so that they're food safe and they're made to last.
But
So
is that a Sharpie oil marker?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's like and I share the products that I use because I'm just making them at my house.
Yeah.
um,
Can
and
I see that? Can you hold up the board a little again? I just want to look at
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. So it says like cheese, fruit, meat, bread, olives, and then at the bottom it says "all in wine." And then when you order one, you can actually add your own personalization into the wine bottle there. So we can
Hmm.
add your last name, initials, like a zip code. Um, So that's really where my business has kind of turned to right now was these cheese
Cool.
boards, which was totally a random thing that happened. I was having my girlfriends over for a wine night and I was like, I don't have a cheese board. And I had a leftover round circle board for my like Christmas decor items that I make.
Hmm.
And I just started doodling like cheese and fruit and all the things I was going to put on my board. And then once again, I posted it on my Instagram. And next thing you know, I had people messaging me like, oh, can I have one? Can you make me one? I really need one. And it just spiraled into now my business is I'm like the cheese board person. um, I do paintings, I'll do murals, anything really art related that's more hands-on, I'm all for. So even I'll use my iPad sometimes and I'll do digital illustrations, um, digital hand lettering. So yeah,
I, I see your stuff as lending itself to something that one of our teammates was talking about as like you do window casings and stuff like that, or window dressing.
you mean
So
like
like storefronts and stuff like
yes,
that.
the windows, those that was totally random too. You know, it was like a family friend that asked, you know, could you paint my windows? And then it turned into, you know, people walking down the street and saying, "Oh, where did you get that done?" And so one thing I would definitely leave with this interview is if an opportunity arises, just jump on it, just take it, just try for it, you know, try it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but you'll never know unless you try. And I feel with every opportunity that, you know, rises up in Dainty Scripts, if it's outside of my cheese boards and if I have time to do it, I'll say yes. I think with especially with art, you can't put yourself in a bubble. You need to break out of that bubble ever so often because, you know, that's what's going to push you to the next step. And I'm
Yeah,
sure you would relate with that with art too.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So as a teacher,
Hmm.
I'm interested to know what are some of the rewards you have as a teacher, or one of your favorite memories, something that it's interesting to love art, but
Hmm.
it's a whole different world to actually love to teach it.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to hear your perspective on the teaching and what has been the most beneficial for you as a human, giving
Yeah.
what you have inside and then seeing how it is accepted.
Yeah. One thing I'll definitely say with art is um, every child loves art. You know, that is their break in the day. You know, that's whether they're going to gym, music, or art. Like that's what they look forward to all day. So, you know, as an art teacher, you always have, you know, you're lucky that the kids look forward to seeing you. Whatever you're teaching, they're enjoying their break in their math classes, reading, whatever it may be. And you know, with art, you have the universal language with visuals. One beautiful thing about art is that you can connect to those types of students. So I would say that's my,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
I love the idea of the fact that someone can come to you or to another person and not be able to really communicate,
Right.
and all of a sudden sit down. Have you seen someone that hasn't been able to communicate or been shy or whatever, and then all of a sudden they create a piece of art and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
shocked at what they
absolutely.
do.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had students, that are mute and they won't, communicate with other teachers and they've tried everything. And then they'll sit
Mm,
in art and they'll create these masterpieces, or they'll be open to kind of communicate what their frustrations are. Or so it's great to, teach a subject that kids can really feel that they can open up and they can express themselves and in a safe environment. And
mm,
every project that I do with the kids, I always say, if this is something that you really don't want to do and you want to do your own thing today, it's like, go for it, because that's their break. They need to express themselves, if they're really frustrated and they really don't want to cut and paste and collage today. They just want to paint. It's like, okay, let's paint. Because I'd hate to see you sit there for 45 minutes upset because this isn't, you know what I mean? So
mm.
I definitely look at art as like an outlet for kids.
You is there any of your pieces in stores,
As far as like my paintings, or
or your Dainty Script stuff, like your calligraphy or your cheese boards or stuff like that?
no, not yet. I've had a lot of different stores ask, but I just haven't had the time to, make a batch of 10 cheese boards to give to a storefront.
Mm,
I've been really fortunate that I've had enough business myself that haven't had to do that yet. Um, but I think that comes with the whole marketing piece
mm.
with Dainty Scripts. It's a lot of work. Instagram is a lot of work, and just being present every day on your front on your page makes a huge difference. And like I
It's
said,
almost, it's daunting,
oh, it's another full-time job. I when
at
people
least.
ask, I say I feel like I have three full-time jobs with teaching, doing Dainty Scripts work, and then the social media part.
Mm,
But, for me, I love doing the social media part because it's my way of showing my gratitude to, all my customers and people that are sharing. I have people that, maybe they've never purchased something, but I consider them customers because they're always sharing my stuff. They're always messaging me and telling me, oh, I love this. And so I will say that because I've been kind of true to my company and the essence that I want for my brand. I have created like this amazing, amazing company. I mean, amazing community through Dainty Scripts that I.
how did you come up with Dainty Scripts?
So me and my mom were brainstorming some sort of name because I wanted something separate from Maura Healy art,
Mhm.
so that people will kind of be ask about it, like, oh, what is that company name? So I do scripts, and everything that I try to do, I try to make it kind of not girly, but like delicate, or like unique. So, the things I make, like the cheese boards, they're handmade with love. So I thought of the word kind of dainty, thinking of like almost like grandma, something that's like cute and delicate. And then scripts, obviously, my scripts that I
Mm.
make.
I think it's a cool, catchy name. I like it. Maybe would you have time to do a
Yeah,
little? I don't know
yeah,
if
I
we'll be
have,
able to see it. You got a
yeah,
shirt on too. Let me see your shirt.
I do. It says Dainty Scripts, and then on the back it says support local artists. So that's on the back there.
So, are you friends with Zach Ashorn or Acorn?
I am not, but I've seen his sweatshirts, so I would love to meet him.
He's a nice guy. Well, we'll have to hook you guys up. He has a whole little artist community over at his spot
Yeah,
on Washington Street. I think that's
yeah,
Washington Street. But yeah, he's a nice guy. He does the support your local artists too. So, but anyway,
yeah.
yeah, cool shirt.
Thank you. I actually have a couple months ago I launched a Zazzle page. So have you heard of Zazzle?
No.
No, okay. So I hadn't heard about it either, but I had, I just got shirts made for just myself and my cousin Catherine, so that, when we're doing window murals or something, we were wearing kind of like similar, like a uniform.
Yeah.
But then, my friends and family were like, "Oh, can I get one? Can I get a t-shirt?" And um, a family friend told me to look into Zazzle because it's almost like a storefront online, kind of like Etsy, but it's totally hands-free. So you upload your designs and then you could go on and take that design and purchase it on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a mug. Um, and then I'll make like a small, very small commission. But the company Zazzle prints it, they ship it. If you have an issue with it, you return it to Zazzle. So it's completely hands-free on my end. But
Mm.
it's nice because, with the things that I do, it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get your cheese board, right? It's not like instant. You can't just go on and get it next week because I have to hand do it. But if somebody messages me and they said, "Do you have any small gifts?" You could go on and you could buy like a mug. So this
Cool.
was like a little design I made
Hmm.
on a mug, and say it's like $15 to buy. I'm only making say $2 from the mug, but it gave you an opportunity to still support Dainty Scripts, and not have to spend over $100, for a cheese board. So
Mm.
Zazzle's really cool if you're
It's a good,
like a
it's a good model for, the whole end of, if you're producing,
mhm,
to create and then allow reproduction to happen, because then
right,
you're not, you know, you're lessening your burden
right.
to produce, and your volume of work, um, and your customer base can grow. So yeah,
Right.
sounds smart.
Right. I know. I mean, people always say, I could buy, 50 of these mugs and then sell them myself and mark it up a little bit more. But you're eliminating the whole part of having to figure out shipping if people want to return. So Zazzle for me, it works. I love
Mm.
it. I think it really works for me. And I have been
Great.
trying to express that to other artists that they should explore this option, this platform.
Mm.
Um,
Cool.
but I can join on my iPad and do a little demonstration for you guys if you'd like. Let me see if there's a way for me to.
Or I mean, even if you didn't share it right now, like you could
Yep.
just whip it out and just talk while you're doing it, or if you sing while you're doodling.
Oh no, you don't want me to sing. So I don't think I can share on my thing because you're the host, but I can just do a little doodle on a piece of paper and I'll hold it up.
Yeah,
All right, so I'm gonna leave this real quick. All right, so
maybe write do a doodle of a quad,
quad. Okay.
or shine the light.
Okay, I'll write shine the light. So I'm using my black oil-based Sharpie markers. Like I
Mm.
said, I love these. They're really smooth. You just have to shake and kind of press it so like the ink comes down to the bottom, but it's permanent ink. All right, so I'm gonna write shine the light. No pressure.
Focus.
All right, so I just wrote shine. It's probably gonna be
Oh, cool.
backwards.
No,
So I
no,
write it out first, and then every time you go down on the stroke, so if you took your pen and you wrote like an M, whenever you go down, that's where you're gonna make it a little bit thicker. So you kind of copying that style as if you were using like a traditional calligraphy pen.
cool.
So when you go down on the S, you make it a little bit thicker. Um, I self-taught myself how to hand letter. And if I showed you my lettering from 3 years ago, it was pretty bad. But if you just keep
Cool.
practicing, it'll come to you. There's
Oh, that looks
shine.
awesome.
Okay.
It's interesting is that, um, a lot of it has, I would say, certain tools work for certain people and how
Mhm.
they are. So you finding the right tools for what you want to do. I'm sure you had a couple mishaps or whatever, growth periods where you were working through some inferior stuff for what you need.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you find the tools to, keep practicing and all that, Like the iPad, I recently just got the iPad, but that's also awesome too because you're not wasting paper all the time. I took a few calligraphy, like traditional pen and ink classes. I
Oh, cool.
learned some techniques from that. It's just not for me. It's really tedious and so tiny. Um, so these really work for me. So you just got to find what works for you. Some people like using like those markers that have like the long brush at the end, like the brush markers.
Mm.
Those are
Do you,
really cool too.
have you ever done the pen and ink, the quill?
Um, no, I don't think I've done that. I've done like the calligraphy pen where you dip it in the ink, but
Mm.
not a, I don't know what's a quill.
Being,
I'm not
being,
sure.
being that uh, Quincy is the city of presidents,
Yeah.
it would be kind of cool if you did like a you know a shout out to the to the homage,
Yeah.
and you used a pen and ink with like a feather.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good. All right, I'm almost done. Shine the light.
You could do it with like a little lantern, so it
Mm-hmm.
was like really looked old school.
All right, so there it is.
Oh,
Shine the
that's
light.
awesome. Awesome. Super, quick and fast and clean. That looks great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I actually didn't even notice the top. It says you have paper with Dainty Scripts on it, or did you write
Yeah.
that?
So this is what I mean. So somebody
That
that
from Dazzle?
no, so somebody that purchases a lot of cheese boards from me. She is the sweetest woman. I have yet to meet her, but she also owns like a stationary little business. So one day when she came to pick up my cheese boards, she left me like a whole block of stationery that says Dainty Scripts on it.
Oh, that's
It was
really
just like
cool.
it was so sweet. So this is what I mean, like the community that through Dainty Scripts that I've met is just it's unbelievable. So this is a little gift that was given to me from a customer, and I use this pad of paper all the time.
That's really awesome. But I think,
Yeah,
what you give, you get to a degree. And if you're putting out some nice vibes and you're being kind, you're not going to get people attacking you. You're going to get people supporting you. So that's
yeah,
awesome. And you're doing really, really cool stuff. So we
yeah.
really appreciate it. And I'm
Thank you.
really psyched that you came on here and spoke with us today. You're
Yeah, I'm happy to.
very, very open and honest and sharing of what you're doing.
Yeah,
Um, you've obviously put a lot of work and effort into being who you are, finding out what you want to do, and then all of a sudden you have Dainty Scripts. Where else can they find you? You're on Zazzle. You're on
yeah. So
Instagram.
I've if you go to my Instagram in my bio, you can click on that, and that'll bring you to the Zazzle shop. But everything is just on Instagram. So what I have been doing lately is like every couple weeks I do like an item drop, and then I close for 2 weeks to do those orders, and then I'll reopen. Um, So it's been good. I've been fortunate that I've stayed busy alone on Instagram. But like I said, it's not that easy. You have to be on Instagram all the time, showing your face. And once you kind of get over that fear of, people might talk about you or something, and you're just yourself,
Mm,
that's when, everything will start falling into place when you just kind of get over that and you just be yourself. Because I was, at first when I started, I was like, oh, I will never go on stories. I'll never talk to the phone. And I'm like, I'm not talking to the phone. I'm talking to, my recent customers, or saying thank you. Or so Instagram, the power of Instagram, a free platform, just get out there.
this is Maura Healy from Dainty Scripts. You're awesome, awesome stuff. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you on Shine the Light, and we'll be seeing you around.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.